yesterday an Indian is associated. I could use the verb wins, but it said that Al Gore has won and the IPCC has won. The IPCC is actually led by an Indian, and this is big deal. It's very big deal. And we are not making a big deal today. You're saying let's get the Oscars to India. I'm saying the Nobel Prize has come to India yesterday, and we don't mention it today.
No, I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, the Nobel Prize has come to India.
How unfair. How unfair. It's a joke. I know it's a bit of a joke, but really, it's bigger than that.
It's not unfair. I think whatever the Indians achieve anywhere. I mean, I could rattle off all the achievements, Nobel Prize notwithstanding, and the other achievements that we've done, and say that the Oscar is one of them, and the Nobel Prize is the other, and the Madame Curie Award is the third one, and there are some amazing business awards which Indians have also won, and Amartya Sen has won, and it's really nice if you get awards. I like awards, to be really honest, and I think in a place where I should be talking about what imagination I can have for India. I think also, and I'm not, please do not think I'm belittling the importance of any award and the achievements of all the Indians, and there are so many of them, by not mentioning all of them. But I think just rattling off the achievements is not going to make me a better India or a better Indian. I think all of us sitting here today, including myself, you're right in saying I think we should all try and get the Nobel Award also, Nobel Prize also, in whatever field we are. I can get it for literature. I'm writing a book on Indian films. Really, I mean, it's a great achievement, and I'm sorry I didn't mention it. I apologize. And what was the gentleman's name? Pachuria. What's Pacharia? Okay, I know that. Yeah. I read my newspaper, Hindustan Times, in the morning before I came.
Last two questions, please. I can't see anywhere. Yes, hello.
Since the other question was difficult, I'm going to ask you an easy one.
Yeah, please.
Do you really have the six-pack? I've heard that the photographs are morphed. It's a joke. Joke.
No, I have. I can show it to you. If it was a lady asking, I would have done it right now, right here. Your mustache gives you away, otherwise I would have shown it to you also.
Thank you. That was an easy enough question. Yes, please.
I think with the recent success of Chicago and Dreamgirls and Hairspray and High School Musical, with this essentially a Bollywood story, but it has good music and good storytelling, do you think there's one thing that Indian cinema can do to make itself more global on a broader scale, and do you think the mechanisms currently exist but they're just not being utilized? Because I saw Chak De in the theater. I don't understand Hindi, I don't speak Hindi, but it's a global story like The Mighty Ducks, so my 5-year-old and I were able to understand it. So I think there is crossover appeal for these Bollywood movies, but do you think there needs to be a mechanism put in place that someone in the West or someone in the US or in London, they can just go to a theater, see a movie without a subtitle and think, I can understand this story because it's a universal theme?
I think subtitling is necessary. I mean, that needs, some of the English films I see, I want the subtitles in them, and I understand a bit of English. Yeah, I mean, it just sort of helps. But I think the mechanism is going to be that we need to get people who would tell the world market. I go to England and I watch my films there sometimes, and I see films of Almodovar. I watch films from strange places where I don't really know cinema even exists, and very interesting films. But then I'm a film person, so I like to go and see different kind of films. But yes, if there is a mechanism put in place which is from our marketing end, or perhaps understanding. I think the first thing we should understand is the West has understood how to market goods. We still are in the nascent stage, a beginning stage. I think we need to to understand how they are able to impress upon me that my cinema, about my history, which I know nothing about, I still go and enjoy it as much. So I think somewhere that marketing aspect needs to be put in place, and I think we should take cue and help from the West to do that. Besides that, like you said, I think cinema has a universal language. Like you said, Chak De, a lot of other films Rang De, which you don't really need to understand. As a matter of fact, most of the 50 films I've done, you don't really need to understand what I'm saying in it. We're quite senseless. But the idea is that if we are able to, yes, the first beginning would be to make sure our films are shorter. I'm a great advocate of that. I think the films need to be shorter. They need to be in the format of an hour and a half. We cannot impose upon an audience around the world our timings. Indian timings are the worst, and we cannot impose that upon the rest of the world. We need to tell them it's an hour and a half film. It's got song and dance like it is in Chak De. It's in the background. We have 4 or 5 songs in that film. I think we just need to educate the people about our industry, and that education would come if the Western filmmakers came, understood it, and took it abroad. Yeah.
Thank you. That'll be all. I think we're going to wind that up. Thank you very much for being such a wonderful audience. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone.
We have a few gifts to give to you, and I'd like to request Mr. Khalid Muhammad.
All right, that was the King of Bollywood, Shahrukh Khan, there at the Hindustan Times Leadership Summit, talking about everything.